Hello from Nebraska City. I have been here at the Kimmel Harding Nelson Center for the Arts for a few days now. I spent the weekend exploring Omaha as a tourist and then came down to Nebraska City. And yeah, I thought today I would show you around my composer's apartment as well as a little glimpse at the composer's studio, which is upstairs. Right now, this unit is in the basement of the KHN building, which I will show you a photo of right now. And the composer studio is right above me, which I will show you some footage of right now. So with my job lately, there's just been a lot of traveling that has happened in the past year and a half or so. And as I've traveled more, I've learned more of how to make things comfortable for myself, as well as how to practice better self-care. So I thought this vlog could be about how I have taken steps or learned things about what I need when I'm staying somewhere that is not my home. So, yeah. And I'll also be giving you a tour of my apartment while we're talking. But before we get to that, I should mention that I have not been affected by the Nebraska floods that you may have been hearing about in the news, and Nebraska City hasn't seen as much devastation as other communities. But if you are interested in helping out and donating towards aid for those who have lost their homes and loved ones, I will put a link in the description below for you to be able to donate. So that is where I was just sitting as I was chatting with you guys. This is the composer's studio. I have the entire place to myself, which is really nice, and you see there is a lot of space. So just going around the place and talking through different items or things. A yoga mat. Now KHN told me that they had 3 yoga mats available to use before I came here, so I snagged one of them on my first day and I use this ample space to do my yoga. And the yoga that I do is really minimal, basic yoga with a YouTuber named Yoga with Adrian, but I find that she's really great for those who just aren't super athletic and want something that can stretch them and relax them. And this little guy is a massage ball. Now, I do have some massage things at home, but they weren't going to fit into my suitcase. And I haven't used this massage ball in a while, but yeah, I thought this could be a way to at least loosen up some knots while I'm here. And it has been. I used it last night and it definitely helped just release some tension in some of my back muscles. This is my Mario blanket from home. Even though it was a little bit bulky, I mean it lies flat so it didn't take up too much space. I really wanted to bring it because this is a blanket that I use when I nap at home. So in the middle of the day, if I'm feeling like I want to nap, just having this blanket, it's really soft and it's Mario and I love Mario, helps me feel just comforted. All right, over here on the dining table, we have my Nintendo Switch. Don't judge me, but you may wonder, how do I get anything done if I have this video game system here? But the fact is, the excitement of bringing the Switch everywhere, I think the honeymoon phase has wore off, and so now I don't use it as much as I did on, say, my first trip when I was just really excited to be able to bring my Nintendo Switch. I find I'm not playing as much because I'm actually really tired from thinking and trying to write and trying to compose. So at the end of the day, I usually don't end up playing. But it's there for if I do feel like I need a break. Coming back to the desk, this is something really small, but in California, there are no more grocery plastic bags. So when I came to Nebraska and I started to buy different things that I needed, I had all these plastic bags I didn't know what to do with. But the trash cans here were not lined with anything, And it just makes it easier to use the plastic bags as a trash can liner so that when it's time to throw out the trash, I just tie up the bags and bring them out. Moving on to the bed. I try every morning to make the bed. I don't make it super pretty, as you can tell. It's not, super symmetrical or anything. But I find that having the bed made helps me feel more relaxed throughout the day when I'm in this space. Yeah, so if I'm like eating or even working down here or just trying to relax, I think having a messy bed clutters my mind, and so I try to make it so that I feel more relaxed. I set out this bowl of fruit as a reminder to myself that there are healthy snacks, and please grab these and eat these. This hamper I purchased for the last residency that I did. It was really cheap. I think I got it at Target, but I like it because it's collapsible, so it fits easily in a suitcase. And it's just a way to collect your dirty laundry so that it doesn't just become a pile on the floor or in your suitcase. And KHN actually supplied this plastic basket, so I'm going to use this hamper for the dirty stuff and this basket for the clean stuff when I need to take things out of the dryer. I hate tying my shoelaces, so as much as possible I keep my shoelaces tied and just pull my feet out of my shoes. And I got this for free at Aldo when I bought a pair of shoes there. And it's a compact shoehorn that is really convenient for me. Here is the kitchen. It's a pretty nice sized kitchen. But in the vein of self-care, there is my neti pot. I have seasonal allergies, and I've tried neti pots in the past, and I actually think I got an infection from a neti pot in the past, but I think it's because I wasn't using it correctly. So last year my allergies were so bad that I thought I need to try something different. So this year I got the neti pot and I actually followed the instructions, and it's been great, so it's here with me. And this plastic bag beside it is another Californian thing in me. I'm used to having a compost bin on my kitchen counter so that while I'm cooking, I can put food scraps in there. And there is no composting here in Nebraska City, at least not that I know of. But because I'm just used to putting scraps in this container on the counter, rather than having to open up this to get to the trash can or bring it out while I'm cooking, I just throw all my food scraps in this plastic bag, and then when it feels like it's time, I put that in the trash bin below the sink. Here we are in the bathroom, and face masks. I brought two, I already used one. I try to do these face masks at least once a week just to rejuvenize my face. So that was a quick little tour of my place here in Nebraska City, and just maybe they're helpful, maybe they're not, but some tips or things that I've done to ensure my own comfort and self-care, because I think there's this mythos out there that as artists we should be able to weather the storm or make things hard on ourselves because it's the artist's struggle. I think that's BS. I think we should feel as nurtured as possible, as taken care of as possible. Maybe not comfortable, because, part of doing art is making ourselves uncomfortable. But as far as like your living situation, I think our creative brain just thrives more when we are actually taking care of ourselves. So I would love to know if you've done artist residencies, or if just with any of your travel, what you've learned about how to care for yourself. Let me know in the comments below, and I will see you next week.